Yeah, 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 yeah. How much money you got? 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 A lot. How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot. How many pray that you flop? A lot. How many lawyers you got? A lot. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many niggas you shot? A lot. How many times did you ride? A lot. How many niggas done died? A lot. How many times did you cheat? A lot. How many times did you lie? A lot. How many times did she leave? A lot. How many times did she cry? A lot. How many chances she done gave you? Fuck around with me, die. Every day that I'm alive, I'ma ride with this stick. I'd rather be broke in jail than be dead and rich. Told my brothers take my breath if I turn to a snitch. But I'm 21 for L, ain't no way I'ma switch. Penitentiary chances just to make a couple bucks. My heart so cold I could put it in my cup. Game versus the world, me and my dog, it was us. Then you went and wrote a statement and that really fucked me up. My brother lost his life and it turned me to a beast. My brother got life and it turned me to the streets. I've been through the storm and it turned me to a G. But the other side was sunny, I get paid to rap on beats. How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot. How many pray that you flop? A lot. How many lawyers you got? A lot. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many niggas you shot? A lot. How many times did you ride? A lot. How many niggas done died? A lot. How many times did you cheat? A lot. How many times did you lie? A lot. How many times did she leave? A lot. How many times did she cry? A lot. How many chances she done gave you? Fuck around with me, die a lot.
Yeah, I just came from the A. I drove back home, 6-hour drive, 6.5. Before I left, I stopped by and seen my nigga 21 in the studio. Yeah, he told his kids with him right in the studio. That's when I knew. Stand up nigga, I love seeing shit like that. Question. How many faking they streams, getting they plays from machines? I can see behind the smoke and mirrors, niggas ain't really big as they seem. I never say anything, everybody got their thing. Some niggas make millions, other niggas make memes. I'm on a money routine, I don't want smoke, I want cream. I don't want no more comparisons, this is a marathon. And I'm aware I've been playing a bet from a lack of promotions. I never was one for the bragging and boasting. I guess I was hoping the music would speak for itself, but the people want everything else. Okay, no problem, I show up on every one album, you know what the outcome will be. I'm betting 1,000, it's got to the point that these rappers don't even like rapping with me. Fuck it, come my nigga 21 Savage just hit me and told me he sent me a spot on a new record he got. He called it a lie. I opened my book and I jot. Papers Takashi, they wanting to rap. I picture him as a cell on the cot, reflecting on how he made it to the top, wondering if it was worth it or not. I pray for my kill cause they fucked up the shot. Just want you to know that you got it, my nigga. Though I never met you, I know that you special. When that the Lord bless you, no doubt it, my nigga. Then it's my dream, stay solid, my nigga. I'm on a tangent, not how I planned it. I had some fans that hopped in the band and shit when they thought that I wasn't gon' pan. Now I got a plan. They say the success is the greater revenge. Tell all your friends, call on a mission, submitting the spot is the greatest that did it before it all ends, nigga.
How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot. How many pray that you flop? A lot. How many lawyers you got? A lot. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many niggas you shot? A lot. How many times did you ride? A lot. How many niggas done died? A lot. How many times did you cheat? A lot. How many times did you lie? A lot. How many times did she leave? A lot. How many times did she cry? A lot. How many chances she done gave you? Fuck around with me, die. Take a dive. Put away my pride. Shoot my shot. DLJ, I slide. Yeah, I slide. She in front, but she used to be my side. We take selfies now, used to in her life. But for the fame, plan B was robbing banks. Be a married man, right now I just can't. All the love they gave me knew that it was fake. Mama loved me so much, either way I'm straight. I done seen so many handshakes turn to hate. See so many BF turn SNAK. Never before this on tatted on my face. my face. Way I run that checkup should have been with Chase. And with Chud at the bottom, the trenches, the gutter, so I had to go a little harder, straight up. Lights was out, the gas was out, so we had to boil up the water, straight up. Been through some things, but I couldn't imagine my kids stuck in the border, straight up. Place still need water. Niggas was innocent, couldn't get lawyers. God, how much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot. How many pray that you flop? A lot. How many lawyers you got? A lot. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many niggas you shot? A lot. How many times did you ride? A lot. How many niggas done died? A lot. How many times did you cheat? A lot. How many times did you lie? A lot. How many times did she leave? A lot. How many times did she cry? A lot. How many chances she done gave you? Fuck around with these thighs. A lot.
Damn, that's a long ass song. Shit. What's good? What's good? What's good, honey? If you ain't in here, you gotta catch them on the replay. So I gotta talk about some shit. Just a little bit. So, I was telling y'all on a live not too long ago about this family and this dude that was doing all this charity and doing all these like these fights and stuff. Like I said, he had a charity basketball game that Chris Brown played in it. He was supposed to give a certain amount. He gave a different amount. I told y'all about his the house he had gotten a couple years ago. It was 2 mansions put together. But listen, I'll let them tell you. Hold on. So they finna tell you. This is.
Let me introduce you to Beyonce herself. Wait for it.
So what he's showing is a piano playing by itself that they
Steinway,
bought.
thank you so much. Thank you, Steinway.
So basically, we wanted a piano for the house. Obviously, we want Ellen and Leah to eventually learn how to play piano. I actually want to learn how to play piano. So we went in to go look at pianos, and we were like gonna walk out, and the lady was like, "Okay, wait, no. Before you guys leave, you guys have to see this piano play by itself." And then Austin was like, "Sold."
All right, baby. So where do we begin?
Okay, so let's first start talking about this entryway. So if you're new to our channel, or if you're not new, you know that this is a completely new construction. So it was 2 houses before, and we literally combined them together.
This is where there was a gap between both the houses, and so they literally had to recreate this area. That's why it's so unique. It's so high. It kind of reminds me of like a hotel lobby in a way. It's just a massive entryway.
That's why I was really like nervous to furnish this area because I wasn't really sure what was going to work. But Austin did an amazing job at kind of like picking some of the things that I didn't really like envision in the house, but now that I see it, it looks beautiful.
We definitely needed some unique pieces, especially massive pieces. So should we begin with this huge pot? That's like 6 people to carry your hair with, what do you call it, umbrellas?
I'm talking about, okay, so these young people made all of this money off of YouTube, off of different products, off of boxing and stuff. He boxed the other YouTubers, just everybody. So he TikTok people, whatever people he got beef with. He kind of reminded me of this sector. But of course we can't do that because nobody's gonna show up and nobody wants to put the money behind it or what have you. So we already know that's not gonna happen. But anyway, so now I told you how they swindled the people because he was acting as the as a marketing company, as another entity, whatever, and signing all these contracts. Okay. Now he's supposed to be him and the girl supposed to be getting a divorce. He done moved out. He's supposed to have moved in a RV. He's supposed to be moved into this dude named DDG. Now I don't know if y'all keep up with all this, but DDG is the boyfriend and the baby daddy of Halle Bailey, who played the Little Mermaid. So it was a big deal about her getting pregnant from DDG because apparently he does everything for the social media, including filming when this dude that I just played, that you just heard, his name is Austin McBroom. You can find him at the Ace Family. Just look up that for YouTube. Click on that, and he's now supposed to be rooming with Halle Bailey and the DDG boy. Well, DDG, nobody really likes him. He does a lot of trolling. A lot of these people just came up off of social media. Apparently, Snapchat is where they pay the most money for being online or what have you. Yeah. So anyway, he's supposed to be living with him. DDG filmed all of that. Him moving in a garbage bag. This is McBroom guy, Ace. The Ace family, Austin. People believe that the whole thing is fake, that they're probably not getting a divorce or whatever. It's just like when he's mad and upset about something, I think that's more legit than when he's doing this type of stuff. You know, acting like he's going to college and all of that. But when the people was asking him about his money, asking about cheating on his wife, whatever, they're young people. They got three kids. I think it's 2 daughters and a son. So these are real young people. He got like over 18 million followers on YouTube. So that check is crazy. They don't even come on YouTube like that. You know what I'm saying? That check is, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so y'all can catch this now. I'm done with that topic. The next topic is I want to read the transcripts of just a little bit because I just want to get, compare that story. So hold on. Just trying to compare this story, honey. What's up, Davey? All right, let me read. I want to read this transcript. And I also got something else to show y'all, which when I tell you I'm right, Lord have mercy. It's just, oh boy. So I know I know Debo read it. I don't know how far he got into it. I only heard some of it. I want to read pretty much I think this is the opening. Yeah, this is the opening. I'm going to read this opening, and then I'm going to read some more. And, yeah. I want to compare this story. So I want y'all to keep in mind the story that Audra has told, right? So I'm going to read the opening, and I think when the lady gets on the stand, the wife, think that's right after the opening because I kind of looked at the headings. So let me read it. So this is Mr. Cohen. So I guess this is the prosecutor. It says, "Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In this case, you are going to hear evidence of a series of bad choices made by several individuals that culminated in the defendant Audra Mullins striking her boyfriend's wife in the head with a shovel. Now, to understand what occurred in that incident, it's helpful to know some of the background of, for lack of a better term, the love triangle that took place in this case. This began with the relationship between Audra Mullins, our defendant, and a man. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Audra Mullins, our defendant, and a man named Mike Taylor. Keep that name in mind. Taylor. Going back many, many years. Okay, so she was right on that. This is a long, long time love. They had dated around high school age and early 20s age. Okay. And then eventually they parted ways, and Mike Taylor married Valentine Taylor. Used to be Valentine Irvin. Okay, so far the prosecutors substantiated that they, excuse me, him and Audra, the dude, Mike Taylor, was involved in high school and in the early 20s, right? And then eventually they parted ways, and Mike Taylor married Valentine Taylor. Used to be Valentine Irvin. Her middle name is Christine, and you'll hear people probably refer to her as Chris during the trial, or Valentine Taylor, or Chris Taylor. It's the same person. And Miss Mullins was very jealous of this relationship. She was not happy that Mike Taylor had married Valentine Taylor. Valentine was born and raised in the Bahamas, and at first she knew nothing about the previous relationship between Miss Mullins and Mr. Taylor. However, eventually they came to meet, and it became obvious that Miss Mullins was very jealous of this relationship, and she did not think much of Valentine Taylor, especially after Mr. and Mrs. Taylor began having children. And there was a lot of tension between Miss Taylor and Miss Mullins. However, this was only verbal stuff. It never crossed a line into physical violence. It was only verbal, and Miss Taylor had not worried about physical violence up until this point. Now, when Audra do speak of these kids, what's up, Cookie? Audra do speak of these kids this man had. You could tell she had some kind of issue. I'm just saying. However, one early morning in 2011, Miss Mullins made the choice to call Miss Taylor, Valentine Taylor, on the telephone and tell her that she had slept with her husband the night before. Okay, well, that's the call we've been hearing, right? We do not really know why she decided to taunt Miss Taylor with this information, but she did. And at this time, Miss Taylor was with the children at a laundromat, and now there was an argument over the phone. Miss Mullins made it clear that she was at Miss Taylor's home, and Miss Taylor decided to call 911 and notify law enforcement that 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 there was a person in her home who had been making these odd phone calls to her, and she drove toward the home with the children in the car. This was in the early morning hours. It was almost time for the children to go to school, and they lived near the bus stop. Now, true, it possibly could have avoided this situation and prevented all of this if Miss Taylor had decided to bypass her home, but she didn't. She went to her home, and she had the legal right to do so. I'm sorry. And she parked her vehicle behind Miss Mullins' vehicle, which was in the driveway, and the two women began to argue. So she did block Audra in, so that's true. Now, before this argument, Miss Taylor told her children to stay in the car. She didn't want them to get involved in what was about to take place between she and the defendant. But Blank was in the car, and he was about 8 or 9 years old at the time, and he didn't listen. And as young boys may have a tendency to do, he wanted to stick up for Blank and get involved in this argument. And he picked up a shovel, and he had this shovel in his hand. And then the defendant, Miss Mullins, took the shovel from Blank, and she struck Miss Valentine Taylor in the head with it. Okay? And she had a gash on her forehead which was bleeding, and but she retreated a little bit, and she had picked up one of those T-shaped bars that you use to turn the main water sewers off at a house. And she had that. That was in the back of Mike Taylor's truck. He had a lot of tools back there. She picked up that she picked that up, and she was ready to defend herself, but she didn't charge at Miss Mullins. She didn't come towards Miss Mullins. Miss Mullins had already hit her with the shovel, and she just made it clear that she was ready to defend herself if Miss Mullins was going to come at her anymore. And she even said, "I don't want to hit you. I'm not going to hit you." She didn't want to do that. She knew that the police were on the way. Her children were there watching, and she made it clear that she was not going to hit Miss Mullins unless Miss Mullins came to her. And fortunately, the law enforcement got there before any further violence took place in the situation. And law enforcement arrived on the scene with no agenda. They came to a disturbance call when they had gotten the call from Miss Taylor, and they didn't know who, if anyone, at this point had done anything illegal. They just wanted to interview the witnesses and determine what had occurred in this situation. And then the law enforcement spoke to Miss Mullins, the defendant. And at first, Miss Mullins told law enforcement almost exactly what I told you, almost exactly what Miss Taylor would tell you, that Miss Taylor did not make threatening motions with her. And then law enforcement made the decision to arrest Miss Mullins, the defendant, after having heard the facts and heard the witnesses from both sides of the argument. And then Miss Mullins decided to change her story when the handcuffs were on. Miss Mullins said, "Oh no, no, wait. Now never mind. That first story wasn't accurate. Now I'm going to tell you that Miss Mullins came, or that, excuse me, that Miss Taylor came at me swinging this pipe, and she was threatening me, and that's when I hit her in the head with the shovel. And both of these statements cannot be true. They are too different from one another. So I ask you to consider those statements when they come out, and Miss Taylor's testimony and all the other evidence in the case. I believe at the end of the trial, when His Honor instructs you on the law, that if you apply the facts to the law, you'll find Miss Mullins guilty of aggravated battery. Thank you very much." Okay? So when they say apply the facts to the law, that kind of sums up what I be telling you guys, that what happens during a case. All right? And that's why I be when Larry, well, not really Larry, but when Levi, well, I can throw Larry in there. When we get in an argument, this is the part about the law apparently that escapes them, applying the facts to the law. And it is the facts submitted in the case, not the facts that we know about, we heard about, we read the text, all of that. No. It's the facts submitted in the case. Okay? All right. Hey, Queen E. All right. The judge says, Mr. Cohen, and he says, Your Honor, if I may proceed, you may, Mr. Cohen, counsel. Everything you heard, what is it, to Mr. Cohen? Huh. Okay. Everything you just heard actually works both ways. It's not just the wife who gets upset when someone is having a relationship with the husband, it's both people. And in this case, it was Miss Taylor who blocked Miss Mullins in her driveway, preventing Miss Mullins from leaving. It was Miss Taylor who grabbed a rod, which led to her having a gash in her head. What the evidence will show, and that's what you have to state in this trial, is that there's a lack of intent. We can't go into the legal argument now, but we will later on. So they may um, probably say self-defense, okay, but um, so it was self-defense, but she didn't go over there. Audrey didn't go over there to knock Miss Taylor in the head. It happened because this lady, Miss Taylor, charged at her. That may be the defense. I have no idea. I don't know. Says we can't go into the legal argument now, but we will later on. But what the evidence will show is that there was no intent for Miss Mullins to hit, strike, or cause injury to Miss Taylor. The judge says, Mr. Wilson, call your first witness. So, okay, they must have got it wrong. That man named, the prosecutor must be named Mr. Wilson. Okay. And he called Valentine Taylor, Your Honor. It says, please raise your right hand and place your left hand on the Bible. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Wilson. Thank you, Your Honor. Valentine Taylor. Hold on, y'all. All right, my kidneys is doing something. Hold on. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so let me tell you this, right? So this trial only happens because at some point they deemed her competent to stand trial. I have that paperwork. I have some motions that was filed. I have a letter Audrey wrote the to the judge. She used some legal ease or whatever. So I was like, whoa, okay. So I did read that because when I see something handwritten, or I'm gonna read that because I know it came from the defendant, honey. So I'm looking at it, to see how competent she is within the law, right? And she really is. I was like, oh, I'm proud of Audra. Look at old Audra. So yeah, that was that was tight work. So I was like, okay, okay, I see you, Audra. I see what you're trying to do. Okay, it says Valentine Taylor having been called as a witness on behalf of the state and having been duly sworn, testifying as follows. Right, direct examination by Mr. Wilson. Miss Taylor, will you state your full name? Blah 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 blah. I don't have to go through all that. Okay. What's your relationship with Michael Taylor? Married to Michael Taylor and had 2 kids from him. Okay, are you still married to Mr. Taylor? No, I'm not. When did you get married to Mr. Taylor? I got married in 2010. Okay. So they got married in 2010. This happened in 2011. And remember, I just said that they broke up in April and married in August or something like that. Well, if that's the case, why did she call this man's wife to say that she had spent the night at his house? Apparently, she was still messing around with him. And Cookie, I got the answer to your question. She said, yeah, Audrey told me she has had sex with the man. She said she ain't no virgin. She's had sex with the man. That's what she said. So yeah. Okay, Audrey, so look like you're telling a tale. Cause you said he married her 6 months after y'all broke up. Well, that ain't exactly the truth, Audrey. All right. Answer okay in January. When did you divorce? When were you divorced from Mr. Taylor? A year and a half ago. Okay. All right. Do you know a person named Audra Mullins? Yes, sir. How do you know Miss Mullins? A couple of run-ins. Okay, the person you know as Miss Mullins. Do you see her in the court today? Yes, sir. Could you please point to her and identify her by something she's wearing? Gray sweater, black top. Okay, Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant. The record so reflects. Thank you, Your Honor. What was your understanding of the relationship between Miss Mullins and Michael Taylor, if any? Relationship? Maybe they had dated previously before I even moved in this country, back in 18 or younger days. Okay, were you aware of that relationship when you first married Mr. Taylor? Yes. Okay, had you ever met Ms. Mullins before that? Yes, I have. Okay, and what happened when well, how was the relationship between you and Miss Mullins? We weren't great friends. Okay, did it seem to you that Miss Mullins was jealous of your relationship with Mr. Taylor? Yes, she was. Okay, did that intensify after you had children with Mr. Taylor? Yes, it did. Okay, I told you she talked real crazy when she started talking about them kids. I'm not saying real crazy. Let me take that back. She put emphasis on the fact about these children. Okay, did this ever go beyond verbal argument or verbal confrontation? Yes. I mean, before the incident that we're here trying today had it, no, physical. Nothing physical prior to this incident. Okay, going back to the date of November 7, 2011. Did it become physical? Yes. Would you tell us how the confrontation began in 2011? I got a call in the wee hours of the morning from my old neighbor, and I believe I missed the call. Your Honor, I'm going to object to hearsay. Okay, rephrase your question without saying anything that was said. Hold on. Huh. What? How did I hear say? Okay. Rephrase your question without saying anything that was said. Miss Taylor, did you recognize the phone number that you received a call from? Yes, I did. How did you recognize that number? She was my neighbor for a long time. Okay, and did you ever, during the course of that conversation, speak with anyone other than your neighbor on that same phone number? Yes, I did. Okay, and did you recognize the voice of that person? Yes, I did. Okay, and did the person identify themselves on the other end of that phone line? Yes, they did. Okay, who is the person speaking with you? With you, Audra Mullins. Hmm? Okay, and what did Miss Mullins, the defendant, say? I'm calling you to let you know that I just slept with your husband last night. That's how it started out. And she was going to meet me at my house. Okay, where were you at this point? I was at the dryer drying clothes. Early in the morning when I got the call, I wasn't home. Was anyone else with you? The kids. Okay, did you continue speaking with the defendant on the phone? She told me she was going to meet me at my house and what? And she was going to carry on with me. And then she made her threats and provocations of telling me what she was going to do and what her and my husband did the night before. And so that when the phone call got crazy, I hung up and dialed 911. What did she say she was going to do? She was going to split my head open and what all she was going to do with me. And I don't remember the exact words, but I remember the threat went on. So I went on to call 911 when that started. Okay, I think we can go without the exact detail, but was it obvious when she was saying that she did with your husband the last? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I think we can go without the exact detail, but was it obvious when she was saying what she did with your husband the night before that she was trying to provoke you? Yes, yes. Okay, so at that point you called 911. Yes, it did. Okay, did you notify the authorities on the other end of the line what the situation was? Yes, I did. Okay, I made it clear. Did you tell them where your home was? Yes, I did. Okay, and he told me to meet him at my address. Did you start driving towards that address? Yes, yes. I he asked me where would be a good place to meet over the phone and the 911 operator, and I said, "Well, meet me at my house." Okay, okay. So then what did you do? I know the I told the cops to meet me at my house. So I proceeded to go there to meet them and wait on them. So, did you think that the cops were going to be there when you arrived? Yeah, at some point I thought maybe they would beat me there, or I would beat them there, or we would be meet up maybe around the same time. Okay, but when you got there, were the law enforcement officers present at the point? No, not at that time. Okay, what did you see when you did get to your house? When I pulled up, it was a gray Toyota Corolla in my parking space where I parked. It was a gray Toyota Corolla. Okay, any other familiar vehicles there? My husband's truck was parked. It was a duplex that we owned, and his truck was parked. Like, here's the apartment, and he was parked on the shoulder of the road in front of the other apartment on the opposite side. So damn, they're the ones that's in real estate. I'm not saying Audrey's not, but these people definitely is in real estate. Okay, and what were you driving? I was driving a red Toyota Camry. Your Honor, if I may approach the clerk's table. You may approach. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Cohen, what's been marked as State Exhibit 1? I'm showing Mr. Cohen what has been marked for State Exhibit 1. Mr. Cohen said no objection. All right, so at that point, he just went over to her attorney and showed him what was marked State Exhibit 1. That's pretty self-explanatory. Ah, ooh, this shit is like, I can't make this sector up. I can't make this shit up. This is some crazy shit here. What's up, Audra? Okay. Don't spam it though. Don't spam it. I get it. And it says, it says no objection. May I approach the witness? Your Honor, you may approach. Miss Taylor, I'm showing you what has been marked for identification of State Exhibit 1. You're allowed to grab that. Is that the photograph in State Exhibit 1? Does that fairly and accurately depict how all the vehicles were parked when you arrived at your home that evening when you described? Exactly. So I wanted somebody to take a picture or something. And that would have been helpful. Take a picture, y'all. Take a picture. Yeah, y'all see I'm getting snacked up. Y'all light me up, honey. This is impromptu. I wasn't sleepy, so and I've been noticing that the lives when I can exhaust myself, I can go to sleep without any help. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so exactly, or in the morning rather. Exactly, how was all the vehicles were parked? Exactly, how were they? Your Honor, if I may admit at this time, State Exhibit 1 into evidence. No objection, Your Honor. Marked and admitted. Oh, a picture was received. Okay. May I publish Exhibit 1, Your Honor? You may publish it if you may publish it in open court, or if you want to pass it among the jurors, you can hand it to the bailiff and he will pass it to the jurors. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Yes, sir. State Exhibit 1 was published to the jury at this time. So, Miss Taylor, obviously your vehicle was blocking Miss Mullins' vehicle, right? I was parked behind her. Yes, I was. Okay. But was it your intention to have any sort of physical confrontation with Miss Mullins? Not at all. Okay. Was it your impression that the law enforcement will be arriving shortly? Yes, I was dependent on them on their way. Okay. What county is this home in? Polk County. Okay, what happened after you pulled up to your home, ma'am? Okay, so let me tell you this. The reason why he keeps asking her, was you expecting the cops? Was you expecting the cops? Was you expecting the cops? That's because he's trying to establish that she, Miss Taylor, had no intent to go there and start some shit. In fact, she called the cops, and instead of, she could have avoided the situation. Instead of doing that, she went home. But they're trying to paint the picture that, hey, yes, my client shouldn't have gone home, or should have waited on the corner till she saw the cops pull up. But she ain't do that. So they trying to lay it out by keep asking, do you think the cops are gonna be there when you got there? Did you call the cops? Did you whatever, blah blah blah? Trying to establish and put it out there in the jury's mind that, hey, my client, although she could have avoided this, because see, this comes this is a question, or it could become a question, because I don't know what's in here, of self-defense. Who came out who first? You know, did Miss Taylor go there with the intentions of beating Miss Audra up? Because she already knew she was there. His one of the crutches he could use, he can rely on, he can keep invoking that, hey, she thought the cops was gonna be there. That's why he keeps asking all about these cops and shit. Okay? Audra, please don't spam me, honey. Lord have mercy. Calm down. Okay, what happened after you pulled up to your home, ma'am? I pulled up and Audra was in the yard. The car was there. Mike was standing in the doorway. I'm not sure if they might have been having their own confrontation when I pulled up, whatever the case was, and then she stopped talking to him and came towards me as I got out of my car. And when I got out of my car, I started getting on Mike's case. On Mike's case, I was getting on his case. Like, why was she here? Why was she there? I'm sorry. And you know what's going on? And she got off and she got off his case and wanted to get on mine. So she confronted me and was come towards me. And me and her having word for word, and the kids was in the car. And the kids were in the car. Me and her was arguing. Hey Jasmine Lee, I would rush to my house too since Audra wanted that smoke. Oh Lord. Hey Kim. Yes, hey Just V. Oh yeah, I got more than that. Oh yeah. I got that. I got some other stuff. Hmm. Okay. It was some bleach sitting on the tailgate of Mike's truck. And she slapped the bleach off the truck, I believe. And my shoes were slippery and I took my shoes off. And when I took my shoes off, she took it and threw it across the street as a way to provoke me. And I still wasn't mad. So, like I said, they are trying to establish that Audra was probably the one enraged. Audra came towards this lady. Audra started the fight. They're just trying to establish that. So I was correct in, because you could see what she said. And I still wasn't mad. This is, court testimony. That's not a normal way a person would talk. So. I hope I ain't smacking in y'all ear. Okay. And she goes, Mike, go ahead and tell her what happened last night. And he was like, I'm asking you to leave, leave, leave. So he wouldn't co-sign with what she was saying to make me mad. And I still wasn't mad. So she was all up on me. They're trying to establish, Audrey, that you was the aggressor, girl. And blank was screaming, leave blank alone. Blank was about blank. He got out the car and tried to defend me. And he picked up a shovel and was like, leave blank alone. When he seen her approaching, Audra took the shovel from blank, which is blank. She grabbed the shovel from him and she chopped me in my head with it. Oh, Audra, god damn. Audra was jealous of her, married her. So it says, okay, did you have an injury from that? Yes. Were you bleeding? Yes, I was. Do you have any permanent scarring from that? Yes. I have a permanent scar about 4 or 5 inches tall in a dead spot on my head. I'll never have a feeling in this area again. Okay, woo. Did you ever physically threaten or provoke the defendant before this happened? No, no. We know. We didn't have, no. Not at all. They're still trying to establish that Audrey was the aggressor. Did you have any weapon in your hand before this happened? No. Did you ever raise your hand or your fist or anything that could be construed as starting a physical confrontation? No, no. Did Miss Mullins have permission from you to be on this property? Not at all. This is going to sound like a silly question, ma'am, but did you give Miss Mullins permission in any way to strike you with the shovel? Oh, they're still trying to establish. Okay, so they're still trying to establish that Audrey was the aggressor. Maybe some point in here they may try to establish that Audrey had some kind of intent, right? Okay, so it could be general intent. Okay, it could be unintentional. Okay, general intent means that yes, this person, the defendant, actions, she knew that, hey, if she went through with it, that this can possibly cause an injury. All right. And unintentional means, yeah, this happened, but she didn't mean to do it. Specific intent means, hey, she went there and she knew her actions would, cause an injury. Okay. So no. After Miss Mullins hit you in the head with the shovel, what did you do? When Miss Mullins hit me in my head with the shovel, I started bleeding profusely, and blood was running down my eye. I couldn't see, and I know at one point she grabbed me in my head somewhere, and I couldn't see. So I believe the shirt I had on. I start just to wipe my eye, and that's when she hit me, and my husband seen the blood. That's when he got off the porch and got in the middle of the chaos, and he pushed her or whatever he did, and Audra fell. Audra fell. When Audra fell, Blank picked up one of the stones that we had around the flowers in the yard, and when I looked and seen Blank with the with the thing in blank hand, I started screaming, and I told him no. And then I picked up a T tool that you use to turn the water thing in the yard. And I picked it up, and I was like, look at you now. You're in a spot where I could bust your head, and I'm not. And I said, but the cops are on the way. So, so did you make it clear to the defendant that you were not going to attack her? So they still trying to establish. Okay, this is what the state is trying to do. They're still trying to establish that this lady was not, that Miss Taylor was not the aggressor. She had no intentions on starting a fight and all of that. So in this direct, that is what they're trying to do. They're trying to establish the intent, which they're saying Miss Taylor didn't have any intent, and that she didn't go there to start a fight, even though she could have avoided this by not going to her house, period. But she said she went to her house with the intention, believing that the cops would be there or, you know, be there shortly, right? Oh, yeah. So, So, so whatever happened with that landscaping rock that Blank picked up? What happened with that? I started screaming, and I begged both Blank and Mike because they both was going to step in when they seen her on the ground in a vulnerable spot, and I begged them both. I was like, please no, I'm already bleeding, and look at me, and both of y'all are going to be in jail, and while unlikely, so I was begging them both, just please don't make it worse. Did law enforcement officers eventually arrive? Yes, they arrived like right when the ending of this was happening. When he pulled up, I was still bleeding. Okay, about how long after you had the T-shaped tool in your hand did they show up? It was long because when he pulled up, I still had it in my hand. Okay, now did you give a statement to law enforcement? Yes, I did. And did they take pictures of your injuries? Yes, he did. Okay, did you see any law enforcement officers speaking with the defendant? Yes. Did you ever hear what was said by the defendant? Yes, yes. What was that? He talked to us both, and we kind of had a match over him. He was like, you go your way, she go her way. I need It's just me, and I don't want to be talking to you both while you're yelling. So he tried to get us to calm down so he could talk to us. And she was a bit rowdy, and I was too. And so he was trying to calm her down. And he asked her, and we both, what was that thing in my hand? And he even asked her, did I hit her? And she said no. Okay, did you ever get medical treatment for your injury? Yes, yes, I did. What kind of treatment did you get? I got stitches in my head. Okay, now have you ever been convicted of a misdemeanor or of dishonesty? Yes, I have. How many times? About 5. Mr. Wilson, thank you, ma'am. No further questions. Here comes the cross examination. Your Honor, if I may proceed, you may. Miss Taylor, what time did you get a phone call in the morning from Miss Mullins? I can tell you it was early. It was around 7 o'clock. Okay, before 7 o'clock, you get a phone call from Miss Mullins. She makes a threat to you. Is that correct? Yes, over the phone. Okay, and where were you? When I received the call, yes, I was in Winter Haven. I like Winter Haven. All that's down around the same place. Yes, I was in Winter Haven. Okay, how many miles away from the house? How many miles? I'm not sure of the miles, but I was still in Winter Haven, not far from. How many minutes did it take you to get back to the house? The way I drive, it took me from there to there no more than about 5 minutes. about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more. So between 10 and 20 minutes, I would say 20. Okay, 10 or 15. Where were you at in Winter Haven? Where? What's location? On the maybe the southeast side. Okay, a house, business, house. Okay, whose house? I was at my friend's house drying clothes. Okay, and that's because you were separated from Mr. Taylor at the time. You weren't living at the other house. No, we weren't separated then. Yeah, but you weren't living with him. Is that correct? Yes, I was. Who is with you when you got the phone call? Who was with me? Yes, my kids. So the defense is trying to establish that those two were together. Um, and what was their names and ages? Blank. 3 kids. Yes. Okay. And what's blank age? Blank. At the time about blank. Okay, so at the time he's blank. And can you say the names of your second child, please? Blank. And what was his or her age? About blank. Okay, and the third kid, blank, was about, well, blank was about, I don't remember. They all was their years apart. Okay, and this happened 5 years ago, whatever the age fall to be. So 5 years ago. So blank around there. Yes. Okay. So 3 kids with you. So you're at a different location and you get a threat and you call the police. Is that correct? The reason why I called the police wasn't for the threat exactly, was to I need to have a timeline and start recording these incidents with this young lady. Okay. For so you called the police. Yes, I did. Okay, and it's your testimony that the police said go to the location. Is that correct? Where could he meet me? I believe he said, where could he meet me or whatever it was. But I know I agreed to meeting them at my house. So he didn't suggest to go to the house where Miss Mullins was. So the defense is trying to counter that, hey, the police didn't tell you to go to the house. Why you went to the house where the lady was? You was going there to start some shit. So the defense is probably trying to somewhere try to put the intent on Miss Taylor that she was going to go over there and beat Audra's ass. So I don't remember exactly where, but I know I agreed to meet them at my house. Your Honor, may I collect defendant or state's exhibit number 1? You may approach. So before you get to Mr. Taylor's house, you saw Mr. Taylor's car there. Is that correct? His car? Yes. What do you mean? Well, before you got to the house, you saw Mr. Taylor's car there. Is that correct? Before I got there, did I see all his car? Yes. I think you testified on direct examination that you saw Mr. Taylor's car at the house in the driveway. Is that correct? Yes, it's on the picture. Yes, and you saw it. His car, black car and truck. And you did not see a police officer there. Is that correct? No. And did you park behind Miss Mullen's car? Is that correct? The only place was to park. How about the road? I don't think the law would allow any of us, to park in the road. So, how about down the street? Down the street? I didn't have a real reason to park down the street. We park at our house when we pull up from school. How about to avoid Miss Mullins? See, you see how he's trying to establish, hey, you could have avoided this, but for your actions. this wouldn't have happened. So he's trying to place the causation on Miss Taylor, okay? But for your actions, causation, but for test. Remember the but for test when it comes to causation, okay? Causation is usually established by the what? By the prosecutor, unless the prosecutor pass the act of proving, the defendant is innocent onto the defense, right? And then that's when they'll start talking about causation, okay? All right. Remember, I used to talk to y'all about causation a long time ago, before I even had a channel. Okay. It says that's where the kids catch the bus right there. And once we put them on the bus, I wasn't taking them to school or anything. So you had to park. It was uh, right behind Miss Mullen's car. I could have parked up further, but on the picture it's showing that big Ford truck, so there was nowhere else to park, and that's where I parked for 10 years. That's the only place that you could have parked. I could have parked in the road, if you want me to say that. So was they together like 10 years before this incident? Huh. Says, Your Honor, may I approach the clerk? You may approach. Okay, by parking behind Miss Mullins in the fashion that you did, okay, because you had to park there. Miss Mullins couldn't leave. No. And then it's your testimony that blank got out of the car. Is that correct? Blank, yes. That he got out of the car. Yes. Yes. And he picked up the shovel. Yes. And at some point you picked up a metal rod. Yes, I did. And the metal rod, just to be clear, is a hard like rebar material. Is that correct? Yes. And you testified to this. I just wanted to ask this just to be sure. You have been convicted of a crime involving a false statement and dishonesty. Is that correct? No false statement. Crimes involving dishonesty. Yes. So he's trying to um um challenge the credibility of her testimony, right? By saying that she has had convictions or arrest or whatever involving crimes of dishonesty, right? So they can bring this up, all right, because of that. But any other prior convictions or whatever, doing anything else, you can't talk about that, okay? It says, and 5 times, is that correct? Yes. No further questions, Your Honor. Redirect. Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Taylor, when you put up behind Mr. Mother, so now he has to rehabilitate his witness, right? So he got this redirect going. I ain't mean to read all on this far, but it's getting juicy. It says, Mr. Taylor, when you pulled up behind Miss Mother's vehicle, did you have any reason to believe that this was going to be anything other than a verbal argument? So you see what I'm saying? He's trying to rehabilitate her. So he's trying to show that she did not have intent to go over there and beat Audra's ass. Says I had no reason to believe that because she never attacked me before, just strange things, but never approached me to do anything crazy. Okay, did you want Miss Mullins to still be there when the law enforcement got there? I kind of did. I kind of did for various reasons and for things that probably can't be discussed today. But I kind of did. I did. Okay, I did. When you picked up the metal bar, just to be clear, was that after Miss Mullins had already struck you with the shovel? Yes. So now they're trying to say she picked up that bar as self-defense, right? Because Audrey hit her in the head. Says, yes, she was on the ground. Okay, no further questions. Thank you. May this witness be excused or does she need to remain? I ask that she remain under subpoena, Your Honor. Okay, you may step down and just wait in the hallway until further call. Okay. Who was the next witness? Huh? Wait a minute, that ain't. Hold on, let me see. Who was the next witness? Okay, so they call the popo. They call the popo to the stand. What up, Lavelle? So check this out right here. Now, this right here this is kind of shocking to me. Hold on, let me see if it's up. Okay, it's up. All right, now check this shit out. Child, are we safe? All right, so this is Audra's YouTube channel. All right, I want you to pay close attention to this name right here. I don't know if you can see it. You see this name right now. You see this is Audra. Her, the name we go by on YouTube, our location, our I don't know what you want to call it, our handle, our at, or whatever. It's MNA Taylor. She is using this man's last name. Yeah, yes, honey. She's using this man's last name. I can't make this shit up. Yes, she's using this man's last name. So when I told you that she has adopted this woman's goddamn this wife's shit, she did. Hey Jasmine Lee, welcome and welcome back. I don't remember you, but yeah, you calling it out. This some crazy shit. Girl, you crazy. Girl, you crazy. I know you're gonna hit the damn link with your crazy ass. I'm gonna tell you right now. You come fucking with me. I'm telling you, we're gonna be two crazy motherfuckers trying to figure it out. Cause I'm gonna bop you in your goddamn crazy ass head. Crazy. You a danger to society. The hell you mad for? This is shit they wrote. I'm just reading it. Yeah, honey. I ain't gonna find out shit. She gonna find out. She gonna find out the hard way. I'm fucking with people over this damn man. This man picked somebody else. And the lady said that she been parking up for 10 years. Well, is that her house? So he had to be staying there. That lady ain't gonna leave her house and go stay somewhere else. Or if that was her house and he came staying with her. Either way, the timeline don't match up, child. You batshit crazy. All you motherfuckers, crazy motherfuckers, run together, have sympathy for each other, take up for each other, and all of that bullshit. You know why? Because you got a problem. This is crazy, lady. You dangerous. Yeah. You fuck with married men. Girl, bye. You told a lie, honey. You done lied it all up around here. Girl, bye. Come on. It was on Rated R channel. Talking, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Bitch, you already got one. In the name of M.N.A. Taylor. Girl, bye. Jasmine Taylor, I'm going to put you in Club Blue. Just because you knocking it out the park, honey. I'm going to put you in Club Blue just for that. Y'all welcome Jasmine to Club Blue. Because this motherfucker here hit this woman in the head. Girl, you started out, girl. But more important, you had a deal. And you went, ooh, girl. Let me clear my nose, child. Y'all want to hear let me see if I can pull up that letter she wrote. Her, I think she's trying to get a bond. Girl, oh, shit. You going in that man's name. You are certified nut. Certified. Let me see. I'm just breaking it down. I think I did a fair assessment. Okay? I ain't write this. I ain't got nothing to do with this. You a nut. It's okay, though. I still love you, but you crazy than a motherfucker. Ugh, girl. Yeah, she will get up here. I'm in a fried mood today, baby. You can believe that. Let's read this letter. Hold on. Let me put this. Your problem is with yourself and all these and whatever you got going on with Michael or whatever. It ain't with me. There was Michael your only. Oh my God. Well, that is a pretty beautiful love story, but it seems like he ain't want to be bothered with all of this now. You was probably, Audrey was probably too much. Just too goddamn much. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. So letter to Judge Glenn T. Shelby. Dear Judge Glenn T. Shelby, as you know, I never qualified for involuntary confinement, yet you are still holding me without a bond and without a trial date. Not only did your order, it's supposed to be did you order, you, okay, I'm sorry, not only did you order, okay, it's you, okay, GEO Clara, aka South Florida Evaluation and Treatment Center, to prescribe psychotropic. Oh, see, psychotropic medication. Girl, that means you was really crazy. Girl, hold on. Let me tell y'all. Now this is I'm finna Google this. I'm finna Google this. Tell you how crazy your ass is. Hold on. Cause I want to get a white man. Oh, then it must be. It was right at the top of the list on the psychotropic medicine. Use girl. Okay. Says psychotropic medication is a broad term referring to medications that affect mental function, behavior, and experience. Psychotropic medications are typically administered to older adults to manage symptoms of anxiety, depression, psychological distress, and or insomnia. Mm, okay. So it says, what is the use of psychopharmacological treatment? Now that's a long word. Spell Psychopharmacological for your ass. Psychopharmacology refers to the use of medication and treat mental health conditions. Medications could play a role in improving most mental health conditions. Some patients are treated with medication alone, while others are treated in combination with therapy and or treatment. Mm. So to prescribe psychotropic medication to me, who has no history of a mental illness, autism, or retardation. But even though I qualify for a bond and it's my constitutional right, my court appointed counsel, Mr. Everett George, PA, stated on 4/30/14 that he would not file a motion for pretrial release on my behalf because my judge, you, have revoked my bond. But accordingly to my bondsman and Florida statute FS, that means Florida statute 903.26 and 903.31, my bond was satisfied in 2012 and canceled rather than revoked. It appears that my constitutional rights on are being violated because you so ordered it. Either way, in congruence with Mr. George's affirm or aforementioned, incompetence, his assistance has been ineffective. He has withheld information, omission, and is therefore not forthcoming. Not only Mr. George, but in addition, the state, Miss Melissa DeMond and Miss K. Hall, have all willfully and knowingly ignored the fact that Deborah, Miss Deborah Michael, who? That Miss Deborah Michael's filing of motion to determine, Miss Deborah Moonchild's filing of motion to determine my possible incompetence did not toll speedy trial because of the filing did not cause any procedural delays during the 180-day period in which I did not seek a continuance and was always available for a speedy trial. Okay, so tolling, right? Tolling means that it stops that imaginary clock that the court uses, right? When it comes to maybe a speedy trial, when it comes to usually has something to do with maybe double jeopardy, maybe statute of limitations. The judge can toll the clock. Okay, I mean stop proceeding, stop the counting. Okay. Now, everybody think that speedy trial means that they go as soon as possible, whatever. Yeah, there are delays that the courts will allow, and it's not a violation of the right to speedy trial. Okay, remember, the case, it has to coordinate with all three calendars. That's number one. Are they filing motions and things of that nature? Are there issues on the table that may toll the clock, may stop it, may give you a delay? It's not considered an unnecessary delay. That's where people get it confused. Okay. I did not seek a continuance and was always available for a speedy trial. Nevertheless, each of you have willfully and knowingly disregarded and violated the Florida Rule of Criminal Procedure Rules 3.131, 3.132, 3.191, etc. in Florida Statute 90124, 9116, and 10, etc. In doing so, my constitutional rights have been willfully and knowingly violated and not even considered. I am being detained without a reasonable bond and without access to my discovery and other requested evidence, which in jail. Speedy trial rule was violated months before this case told. I never qualified to be involuntarily confined, yet I am, and still no trial date has been set. I would like a pretrial release hearing within the next 24 hours, no later than 48 hours. My home is in foreclosure and I request new counsel. Oh. Mm. Mm-hmm. This is off the chain, girl. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I hope she ain't on the way here. I don't need no shit. Let me get my damn gun ready. Mm, 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 mm. Audra. Oh, as the people affectionately call you around here, Audrey. Audrey. Girl, what is up with this and bullshit? But you wrote a very nice, good letter. I mean, shit. Don't stab me. You wrote a good letter. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. If they gave you a lot of money for canned good, for empty cans, I'd be right there in that damn line. I don't leave a dollar on the table, but baby, Audrey. Mm. Girl, that craziness told you to go to trial. You think people ineffective. So, I mean, that right there kind of proved that you was crazy. That's the truth. Your story is full of lies, honey. I'm just reading the paperwork. It's full of lies. Mm, 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 mm. No, there's more, honey. Let me see something. If she keep hollering the call was manipulated, can you give us the real call? See, she can't give us the real call. If you went and got that call, where is the real call? If the call we played is manipulated on your site, that's the same goddamn call. Where's the real one? Said the state wanted to get her. She's schizophrenic or something. I don't know what the fuck wrong with her. Give us the medical report. Mm, 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 mm. Let me see. Um, so they mention anything about your treatment. Oh, they're gonna read aloud function. I don't hear nothing. How it's gonna tell me to? It's supposed to be reading. It ain't doing shit. We're just sitting here. Or do the people say anything about your treatment in this transcript? Hmm. I don't want to get to the treatment. Telling me it could read aloud. And this shit, I seen people put the read aloud on here. And I'm just playing with it and it won't do nothing. Let me see. Alright, this is for my man shit. This that lifetime shit. Girl, this that pill talk. I'm telling you. Right, 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 Jasmine. Right, just be. Check this out right here. If there's a manipulated call, what is the manipulated call? Mm-mm. You done harass this lady husband. Dang. I want to see Michael Taylor. Mm-mm-mm. I want to see Michael Taylor. Watching this thing, reading. I'm gonna have to ask Diva how to make the thing read. Cause it asked me to read. I was just playing with it. Oh, don't be shy now. Tell me why your story is different from this lady. Please, Lord, don't let me look outside and see no wild-eyed demon. Mm-mm. Please, Jesus. Lavelle always joking and shit. I don't have time to be fighting no wild-eyed demon. Well, maybe she'll save it for the people that need a commentary, honey. I don't know what to tell you. She ain't answer no question tonight. No comment, child. No comment. Well, y'all, I'm going to take it on down because I know she was listening. It don't matter what time you go live. It don't matter who's live. She has the innate ability to know when everybody is live. It don't matter what time of day, who it is, or whatever. The link be in the chat, be calling her ass. I'm like, don't get mad at me. I just read what's there. Girl. I want to see old Michael. Michael. Let me see if I can find that little thing. Wait a minute, hold on. Just be, I heard you had a rough day today. Let me see if I can find that part in that movie. Hold on. Can y'all hear that? They said Candy Paris is pregnant. I don't believe that. This one of them old champ. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the part where the data is crying about Michael? Oh, here we go right here. Here we go right here. Oh, y'all got Well, I'm gonna play this here. Hold on, hold on. We're gonna play this because this fit the scenario. Let me know if y'all hear this.
One day after lunch, she meets this scary girl, Uncle Tom looking buck toothbrush. So Tom, oh really? She cleaned him up, cut his hair, even straightened down his crooked teeth. I mean, she's sister. She would have
I'm not why having a hard time playing these clips. Damn. Let me see. Hold on. This is important. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what the hell's going on. Hold on, let me see where it is. Right there. Let me see if it's in the video. What is wrong with YouTube? You can't even play this shit. I mean, StreamYard. Y'all know what it? They be saving this shit on Actually, really, just steal it. Hold on, let me just steal it. Y'all give me a minute. Let me just steal it. I hope they don't get mad. Hold on. Let me put my things up. Hold on. Let me put my things up. All right, y'all. Let me see. Okay, it's almost done. All right. We're using this under Fair Use Act. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use. Hold on. Honey, we done clown today, so. All right, let me put this up here. All right, because it's done. So let me play it. Copyright on the Fair Use Act. Please do not strike me. This is for educational purposes only. Entertainment. Blase squaze. Y'all go subscribe to this channel. It is called, hold on, let me get y'all the link. I don't know these people.
One day after lunch, she
Hold
meets
on.
this scary girl, Uncle Tom looking buck toothbrush. So can you fix my car?
All right, now let's see what we get now.
One day after lunch, she meets this scary girl, Uncle Tom looking buck tooth brother.
So can you fix my car?
Oh, really? She cleaned him up, cut his hair, even straightened out his crooked teeth.
You need anything else fixed up around here?
I mean, she's a damn sister. She worked with her brother, you know?
Mike. Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Big Mike. What's your name?
Karen.
Karen.
Yes.
Make a brother want to sing to you.
Brother man was looking good. He was treating her like a queen. And she gave him everything he wanted. He was exactly where he should be, eating out of the palm of her hands, begging her to marry. One day, he saw a mirror. Trouble. He started thinking, hey,
Come on.
next thing you know, he's acting up, acting like he's running things. He moved in with her, flowers stopped coming. He started to show it, even though he's not cheating on her. It's been 2 years and he hasn't mentioned the word marriage. All of a sudden, he's afraid of commitment, giving her that old textbook line.
I've been hurt before, so I'm like really careful with my heart. All right?
Please, you was broke before with a jerry curl and crooked teeth.
Look, can I get it back there?
Now she's got a couple of choices here. You know what I told her to do. Right. Kick him to the curb. It's time to move on, Karen. Time to find yourself a new man and learn how to cook.
Look, I can cook.
You can microwave.
Hey.
And maybe it's time to learn a little bit about sports, too. The best way to a man's heart is through his stomach and his sports, and not your wallet, baby.
Shantae, all I was trying to do was just fix him up a little bit.
I know. Now, no more Michael. Eat. Girl, a man is like a stray dog. You feed a stray dog one day, and if he comes back the next, you got him hooked. Plus, everybody knows a man's loving is always better on a full stomach. When's the last time you showered? Ooh. Tracy's situation is different. Her man
Oh,
definitely cheating on her.
man, my part
A sure
ain't
sign
my
of that is
part.
the constant roaming eyes.
Oh, I gotta make it small. I'm trying to make it small. Oh. They ain't show my part, honey. They did not show my part where she is crying over some damn Michael. Michael, oh Lord, have mercy. When my daughter was young, she could do that part, honey. My friend, you know how back in the day they used to make us dance and shit? They used to come over and make her do that crying scene. Michael. I cannot find that scene. What that lady name is? Regina. Hold on. I'm gonna find that scene. That was one of my favorite movies. And see how she said, did y'all hear? She said, you got to know something about sports. Told you. See, I knew all of that before that movie even came out, honey. That movie was 2001. Try by. Huh? Wendy Robinson. I'm trying to find it. What is this? Here we go again. What kind of movie is that? Nope, that ain't it. Now, I tell you, that's one of my favorite movies. I can't find the scene. Oh well, y'all know what I'm talking about. Michael, oh Lord, have mercy. Honey, that's how she cried. Michael, Michael, Lord, have mercy. Why can't I find that? Y'all, I have been so bad today. Ain't that crazy? They want you to buy or rent it. You know, I will steal it. I will upload it, and oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me see if we'll be able to show it. Oh, let me see. Let me swipe it real quick. We have to see this part, cause this right here is crazy. Give me a minute, y'all. We're gonna play this, huh? Okay, this person is Antonio, the Burger King guy. Please like and subscribe to his shit. Alright, is this how you be crying over this dude? Girl, you can find somebody else. Oh, and I can't even hang out with your crazy. What happened to that friend that you went to the that you took to that man to your lawyer's office? What happened? Where's she at? She ain't tell you no better. She look crazy too. She really do look crazy. Hold on, let me see if it'll let me. It's on the clip is not that long. I'm gonna play this clip. Hold on. And you gotta let me know if you can hear it. You see it. Boy, I if you don't stop, if you don't stop all of this shit, why did you even put that clip up? We're gonna still like, share, and subscribe to your shit. But come on, fella. It's more on that movie than that. Michael, oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Well, they say it's on to buy Friday. Hold on, y'all. I'm taking these chances. Hold on. Come on, what is wrong with this two-bit button, honey? Hold on, I'm finding it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. I'm trying, baby. I'm being extra goddamn. Okay, this is Tubi. Y'all go watch that shit. Okay, let me see if I can get it up. No, don't start over.
And if you haven't noticed, she's been staying with me for the past few. Gladly, they need us to check them. Take my girl Karen, for instance. She's been staying with the past few days. Hopeless case.
There's nothing to it if we don't. We do it. Get a wedding invitation and all the rest of it. Let's get married tonight.
Let's decide now.
See what I mean? Karen, are you still in your PJs? Baby, it's 11:30.
I know about this.
Christmas. Your favorite, right?
Hey, you know you my girl. Right.
I got you back. What's the matter?
Like,
Did y'all see it? Oh God, have mercy, Jesus. I hope you weren't crying like that, girl. Bye. Let's get on up out of here. Hey, that was a song. Hey.
I've been blowing through the money like it growing trees. I've been fucking on a French bitch, c'est la vie. I just put them on a jet, now they all Italian. Way I'm dressed until I've been to $1,000. This bitch lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling. Every night, late night, like I'm Jimmy Fallon. Crows shoot from anywhere, like you Ray Allen. Cody, turn me up. Cody, turn me up. Cody, turn me up. Got a fur on a Tampa, got me burning up. Shorty said she graduated, she ain't learning enough. Play the album track 1, okay, I heard enough. Girl, to drop it downstairs, better hurry up. Savage got a new stick, you wanna dirty up. Touchdown in NY, tear the Mercer up. Hey, Bo taking shades with a great sense. Introduce me to a nigga, yeah, it makes sense. Gotta put her on the team, got a great bench. Linking with the ops, bitch, I did that shit for Jay Prince. Bitch, I did it for the Maltese. Feel like 17, 2 purse for all guys. And I never been the one to go apologize. Me, I'd rather hit him up one more time. Hey, known a girl for 6 months, dinner up at my place. But I got these diamonds on my neck, so it's a blind date. All my niggas on the roads, racing up the crime rate. Your name not ringing out here, it's on vibrate. And she took a skull, now shorty gotta hydrate. And he did some dirt, now my Cody gotta migrate. Probably won't see him for some years. When I do though, turn me up. Cody, turn me up. Cody, turn me up. Hey, Cody turned me. Hey, yeah, what? Cody turned me. What?
21. In the drop top Benz like it's 03. 21. Had the shooters aimed down from the nosebleed. Gotta get this passport, keep my nose clean. Bitch try to burn me up. Keep a man tuck. Yeah. I never slip. SF90 rims red like a poker chip. Rich as hell, still hood in the stroker grip. Pink slip in the glove for the ownership. Limping with the 30 on like a broke hip. Red flag giving blood on some donor shit. All the odds get a bullet on some Oprah shit. Went from Angel Time Stage to a bigger state. Probably would have had a zombie on me if I would have stayed. Still a caught a case if I would have stayed. I've been thugging all my life, that's just how I played. Still posted in the A when niggas feel me. Still gotta see the gunners with Premier League. Still gotta keep a gun, it's always near me. And I'm down to hit them up.
One more time. In my line, you know the hair was gray. Oh yeah, alright, don't do romancing. One more time, you gotta run the face. Oh yeah, alright, one more time.
Hey. Peace out. Good night, y'all. Thank y'all for stopping on by. And by mistake, catch you on the replay.